Hi everyone, welcome back to this week weekly market update. As usual, let's go through what's happening on last week, last Friday closing, and then we shall look into certain individual counters and also to recap some of the counters that we went through last week as a follow-up, and also to see any interesting tradings ideas for the coming week as well. So remember to share and like before we going through to the content today. Alright, so let's take a look what happened on last Friday. We can see that stock start to break down, right? All the three major indices start to break down. Alright, so Friday, after hot inflation report, so actually Friday, right, there's a report came out, I think it's the personal PCE, personal consumption. I think this report actually came out slightly better as it showed that the inflation rose 0.6% in January and 4.7% from the prior years. Okay, so this report came out, right, made investor worried that Fed may continue the rate hike. But I can see that right now rate hike can be, when news has been keep repeating and repeating, right, the impact of it may not be that great, but along the way, right, people will get, you know, how do I put in the words? Get get as a norm of it in the market. So they may not be so emphasized. Oh, yes, we know that inflation is high. We know that interest rate is going to high, or for the next few round, 0.2, 0.25%, 0.5%. We know all this, but then actually all this interest rate hike is not really very good to the economy itself. So that's why you can see that even though with some rate hike, the market continue to go even higher previously, right? I think it's because people getting numb of it, no one really pay the intention and the negative impact of it as well. But however, when more data keep coming up showing good sign of data, then they will actually doubt what is Fed is trying to do for the past months ago or perhaps last year ago until now. It seems like all the rate increase does not show uh, any positive sign on the data in the economy itself. Meaning to say, right, if let's say hike going up, and things getting expensive, people will actually spend lesser. The CPI, the PPI, all the data will not be that fantastic. Can be low compared to last year. I mean, it's a good sign because it shows that what Fed is doing, it take into the result, right? But then, if you go above, right, people will then doubt, all the tools that actually introduced by Fed, that means the hike rate, is it positive? But nevertheless, right, I think market is actually overbought previously, when I go through the chart later with you guys, and also the rebound is actually based of people fear of missing out from the market, trying to invest at the low point. So, like I said, there's always no wrong. It's all about probability. It's how you manage your risk, right? So let's take a look into the chart later on after the news walkthrough. So last Friday, due to PCE, that is actually announced, make the market actually tumble down, right? And not only that, individual stocks like Boeing, after the company have some hot delivery and also bad earnings report from Home Depot. But we know that last week, Nvidia is the one of the company that actually tanking the whole market. Okay, I said they tank the whole market. But they have been mentioning what the AI as well, right, in their earnings reporting. So let's see what's happening. Next thing, just to highlight as well, Metaverse is also going to AI's raise it up. So this AI thing, right, has been announcing by a lot of company right now. When Microsoft start buying into ChatGPT, invested into it, and then it's later on with Baidu, all the Chinese company, Amazon right now, even for Meta, and Meta is going to this AI. All right, another new technology. So you will ask yourself, where's Metaverse right now? Metaverse has not been born, and then there's the next project upcoming. All right, so what I'm trying to say here that AI is the trend. Everyone is looking into it. Yes, it may be the market trend right now. Everyone is cooking on this AI right now. Since the NFT, the crypto, the metaverse right now is AI. But I believe there is a leak in it. So continue to hold on the secret counter, whereby I'm still holding at the point of time. If you're not sure what I mentioned on the secret counter, go back and revisit my website, my page. I did mention previously. All right, go and take a look. So let's go into the chart individually. For the chart wise, right, this is Dow Jones Index. Let's take a look on the weekly at a broader view. So for weekly, I believe you guys have been following me. You should know that I have drawn this symmetrical triangle previously, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm waiting for a breakup or breakdown, right? To determine where is the next market going over. All right, so 30,000. I mean, this is 33,000 firstly. I think I wrote somewhere. Oops, all the writing is gone. Or I redraw. Let me take a look. Is it this or this? I'm not sure which one I used to draw. Yes, it's this. All right, it's this. So give me a second. Okay, so this is DJI. I think I dropped previously. So I also mentioned I used to give 3 figure, right, main figure. So to make it a neater chart, let's go back to here. Alright, so this is what I draw previously. There's either a breakout or breakdown. As you can see from the weekly candle, it broke down, right? It broke down. So I don't see any immediate rebound. Perhaps we may continue to drift lower. We may continue to drift lower. So right now we are actually looking at this point to become the first immediate resistance, right? 33,300. So any upwards trend, if no strength, it may come down. All right, so this is what we are looking at for Dow Jones Index. Otherwise, we may see that it break this prior support line, we may see that it flow to 32,000, whereby it's the next Fibo at 38.2%. All right, so this is the downside which we am looking at. All right, so remember, trade with the trend. We know that first it show a breakdown. You want to buy anti-reverse trend, better have a good stop loss. Otherwise, wait for a breakdown and then you continue to sell with the trend. Okay, so this is what we take on Dow Jones Index. Okay, let me remove everything to make it a neater chart. Okay, next we will go to Nasdaq. For Nasdaq wise, okay. Alright, so this is what I mentioned of 12 Fed, I think last week. Break and close below 12,000. Okay, firstly, we may see it will be trading within the trend. So right now, 12,000 is this line, right, gentlemen? 23.6 Fibo. So this is a round figure, 12,000. Once it break, we may see more downside. All right, and we'll be flickering between these two. Okay, so we may see for the coming week, if it start off and go below, then we may see more downside on the Nasdaq itself. So ultimately, I believe by trading here, the first prior resistance will be around 12,400. All right, this moving average, this will be my first immediate resistance. If it can't penetrate upward, I may see more downside and then just ding dong in between here. Okay, so this is for Nasdaq play. So next we will be looking into the Asia market, Hang Seng Index. So Hang Seng Index, since the arrow down, right, I mentioned we will be revisiting the major whole figure, 20,000. Right, let's see. Oh, this is 10 December. Okay, so our next, this is previously we hit the next resistance, so I draw some arrow down. Okay, so if let's say you are trading for Hang Seng Index, the first you have touches the first support level. I didn't write, so let's ignore this. That's why I put my arrow here. Okay, so we will be looking at the 20,000 as a first immediate support. If we see any rebound, it's a good risk reward for you guys to pick it up and ride with the trend. Or ultimately, if you don't feel comfortable because of 4 red candle and you're worried that it may have some spillover milk that may continue to go down, we may see some price hovering first. What do I mean by that? Let's go to the daily chart. That means we may see some price hovering here, and then we will determine where it goes. All right, so it can be one touch bounce back. Usually a first touch, single touch will not be that strong. All right, so it may have some bounce back. Otherwise, we may see some flickering around here, and then we determine where it go. But 20,000 is a crucial point. If we break below and stay below, we may see more downside. All right, like I said previously, it's all the balloon. All right, all started from the balloon. What do I mean by balloon? Balloon, let's go to China A50. Balloon is because of the US, all right, shot it down of this, they call the weather forecast balloon or whichever they want. So I mentioned, okay, so may resume the upside if you trade above 13,600. Apparently from 18 March onwards, 18 Feb onwards, let's take a look. Okay, it didn't, all right, it didn't close above, so it came down. This is one sign, it break down, and then we are down it goes. So looking at the long-term perspective, all right, breaking this uptrend ascending support, right, it's not a good sign. So for China A50, we may continue to see more downside strength unless you're able to pick it up again and trade above 13,600. All right, otherwise we may see more downside for China A50. All right, today when I'm doing my own analysis, right, I go through many of the counters in my watch list. I'm not going to stop pick individually for this week. Mainly we know that most of the index is dropping. All right, if you want to pick it up, you want to buy against the bottom knife, it's always risky. All right, so we will, if you guys want to go in, you can go into trading into indices, short it down first. All right, so for stock wise, unless you are picking up good stocks, then you can hold for long term. Like what I always mention, my favorite is ChatGPT at the moment. Don't mind you guys to do dollar cost averaging if you want to. I still find that is perfectly for me. This one go and read from my Telegram or my Facebook page. I stated, all right, I still feel that the drop for last 3 weeks, right, 1, 2, 3, these three candlestick, right, is decent. Is decent, meaning to say after a bullish, we will form a flag. All right, we will form a flag. Flag is like that, okay, guys. So we are forming a symmetrical triangle. Either we form a flag, we form a pentiums or whatever, and then you will go for the next breakout. So I'm looking for the next leg of the breakout, but eventually it have to be well supported. All right, so 20 bucks, 50% is well supported. If there is any chance for a spike down and come back, that is what I'm looking for. But like I said, I do my writing. I give you guys where is the price to do dollar cost averaging. So you should see where is the price to dollar average by yourself. All right, so don't ask me, I write very clearly. Go and see my Facebook page or my Telegram for the chart and the wording that I wrote previously. All right, so I will continue to hold on this counter and I will continue to slowly dollar cost average into it. All right, so that is my counter that I pick up. Next, we'll be going to dollar sing, or people who are actually into dollar. Congratulations, we are very, very near to 1.35, our resistance level. All right, so where are we last close? Oh, yes, we hit 1.35048. That means we hit our resistance level. Okay, so congratulations. Where did I announce? I announced where it's in this candlestick. This is the weekly chart. You got 3 weeks to play out, gentlemen. Don't tell me that you miss it. All right, so go back to my Facebook page. I think I have written up. This is the second time I post. Okay, the first time where I post my the dollar sing, I think is here. Okay, can you take a look? I post at the first week of candle. If you didn't buy it, and then I don't know what to say, right? That means please follow me closely. All right, so that is what I mean. Okay, next we are going to Tesla. Tesla wise, right, I remember I give a bearish call on 12 Feb. I say there is a shooting stars forming, right, based on the daily candle, as you can see. previously. Here is where I mentioned 12 Feb. All right, so the market go even higher the following weeks after the 12 Feb of the video. I mentioned that hey, we may continue to watch because of the certain setup which I like. I mentioned it previously. I'm going to mention my style of trading or my methodology. But right now, 1st of March is I guess it's the investor day if I'm not wrong. Ultimately, Tesla seems like not having any strength or breakthrough or breakout. This 180 and 200 is still my previous support turn resistance level. So in order to be more precise, I mean more confirmations, right? You may want the price to break below 150 to trigger your short. All right, it will be more significant if you break below 180. All right, so otherwise for risk reward, if you want to short now, please have a good risk management to protect yourself. As you can see that during my I mean the weekly market update, I always mentions risk management, because when we are doing trading, it's not just on the matters. All right, it's not just on the strategy matters. It's part of risk management that it matters mostly. All right, so manage wisely. Your method will then come into play, and then you will slowly start enjoying the fruits that you bear. Okay, so last counter we will be going through. For today, I like to cover on the oil itself. Okay, so this is the crude oil. You can see that crude oil have been bouncing couple of times at this price range, between 74 to 70. All right, maybe 72 to 74. We can see a few times of hitting. All right, remember I wrote this when is it 10 December. All right, if price able to support at around 67, we'll be eyeing for the next resistance. It seems like this price 67 is hard to reach, right? We know that economy is picking up, everyone need oil, some start to run. All right, so it's a good sign. It's hovering for this Fibonacci 61.8%, well supported by 50% for so many weeks. All right, the more it support, the more it will penetrate or have a good penetration once it hit either side. So this sideway is going to break through. For me, I am biased on the upside. I don't know what's happening. If it break below 50, 67, I will continue. The downside, if it break above this 83 or maybe this as a sideway market break above $83, I will be seeing more on the upside. But for me, I'm still biasing on the upside for the oil itself. All right, so this decent pullback is a good time for you guys to enter a small positions. All right, so remember, that's all for my this week weekly market update. Remember to put this oil into your watch list as well. And we will stay tuned, and then we'll come back to you next week, see where will it pan out. All right, everyone, enjoy your weekend. See you guys next week again. Remember to share and like my video. Bye bye.